Janook versus Liquid Tyler. Tyler is 2-1 up, and here we go. No stopping this one. Janook in the purple trunks right here on the Shakuras Plateau. He is playing Terran, shockingly. And his opponent in the green trunks is Liquid Tyler, playing Protoss. Like I say, last game, honestly, massively amazing, huge macro from Tyler. Massive amounts of it. He was up supply most of the game. Janook had a good defense. He had the right response to it. The problem is he was spread too thin, and he had that one tiny little weak point. Amazing awareness there from Tyler. He saw exactly where he needed to strike. He forced Janook to unsiege, at which point that was it. He knew it. As soon as he unsieged, he gutted Janook. General said make tanks. It's the right approach. You just didn't have enough tanks. And in the right places. But hey, 95% of the map, you did a great job of covering that. But, what I've got to say about that, Janook's harassment was absolutely fantastic. I've got to admit, took me completely by surprise. He went with the quick Banshee with the Cloak upgrade. Of course, Observers now cost about 3 pence each. I can buy them down the local shop. In fact, they're cheaper than this packet of crisps that I've got right here. You hear it? Yes, packet of crisps. That cost me more than the Observer. Very upsetting, honestly. But whatever the case, you can cover the bloody map in those things. Difficult to harass with Cloak Banshees as a result of that. But Janook was patient. He waited until he got the opportunity, until his opponent had expanded, so Observers weren't quite covering everything. And then, only then did he decide to strike, and wow, what a strike it was. He annihilated probe after probe after probe, followed up with an infernal pre-igniter attack with a group of Hellions, which barbecued an entire mineral line. He actually caught up and out-economied Tyler at one point in that game, which is incredibly impressive considering Tyler's amazing macro. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it just wasn't quite enough. Tyler was able to break through that tiny little weak point in the siege line, and that, as they say, was that. The question is, how is Janook going to respond to that? We could be going straight into reactor. There's a possibility he could go back for that approach. Like I say, the Thor push did very, very well. I just have to wonder if it will work again. It was a neat trick, an extremely neat trick, and very well executed. But Tyler has got to have that at the back of his mind, but it is a possibility. Reactor once again. That's it. It may very well not be that push, but it is the opening that started off that push the last time around. He goes into that reactor so he can continue to pump out heavy early defensive units that don't cost any gas. So when he grabs the next gas, he can then go straight into Thor. He hasn't grabbed any gas yet, though. He's on 18 supply. He hasn't grabbed the second Vespene Geyser. I thought he'd maybe get that. Little bit, oh, there you go. About right, so it is a possibility straight in the factory. So, are we looking for that approach? Again, a possibility. Certainly a possibility. If I'm to be entirely honest, I don't really know what all of the signs for that build are, but everything we've seen so far, pretty much identical to what he's done. Now, how is Tyler going to deal with that? 4-gate is the answer to that. Very early 4 gateway. We're looking for massive early pressure right here. And there is the proxy pylon to make that happen. That is problematic. Very problematic. Janook only has barracks right now, and he has not scouted the 4-gate. He needs to scout that 4-gate. He's got an SCV right there. He must scout the 4-gate. Otherwise, this, honestly, could end up being a foregone conclusion. Marines on their own will not defend against the 4-gate. Oh, wow, there we go. Thor's it is. And honestly, those Thors are not going to be up in time to respond to the 4-gateway attack. Most likely pretty heavy on Stalkers. Sentry in there, especially against Marines. That is a critical build, a very dangerous build. And this could end it very quickly here for Janook. I have to wonder if he can defend it. Does he have the bunkers to defend it? No bunkers up either. Wow, not good. Still, that SCV doesn't move. Finally, it gets in motion. Still hasn't scouted the 4-gate. Oh, God. Stalkers on their way. Uh-oh. That is not what you want to see if you're going this build with the Terran. Absolutely not. A bunker is on its way, but it's not going to be up quick enough because Tyler can already apply that pressure, and he's already got enough units to make it happen. Especially with the backup of that. Look at that. He puts the Guardian shield down. Huge amount of damage reduction. I mean, think about that for a sec. That's 2 damage off of 6. You've got 33% of damage up. He's got a support proxy pylon up. More Zealot. God, I don't want to call it this early, but if Janook defends this, I will be impressed as hell. Honestly, I really will, because he's completely outnumbered. He really went all in for the 4-gate right there. And Janook is lagging out. Oh, wow. Ouch. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Now, of course, disconnecting at this point will simply, you know, this is not done tactically. I'm just going to point this out. This is not Janook being an asshole and disconnecting or anything, because he knew he was done there. He would have just GG'd. He ended up disconnecting, probably root of problems, but there you go, folks.